and Chen being banned out, Panda and Furion. So somebody recognizes that Panda is ban worthy. Panda is a boss. I mean, you're talking about, well, yes, Howie, you are special in a positive way. I'm not saying the special. Silbear being banned out, Darkseer being banned out as well. So Darkseer and Panda, two of the interesting bans out here. Don't normally see them banned, but personally, I think they're worth it. Panda a bit more than Darkseer, but Darkseer is a situational ban, I think, at times. If you have a strategy that you want to be running, but leaving out that many heroes, you're leaving out a lot. They're going to pick up Tidehunter. Dilated's going to pick up the Tidehunter as their first pick, which leaves out Invoker and Broodmother. Not so sure how I feel about this. I'm really not sure. I mean, I know you don't want to give up the Tidehunter in a 1-2 situational, but seriously, Invoker, amazing, and then you're gonna have some serious problems with Broodmother pushing. You can counter Broodmother relatively well. She's just a really obnoxious hero to deal with, and she's also kind of hard to counter. Whether it's you're running him tri-lane against him or you're running a 1v1, it's still, no matter what it is, Broodmother with the webs, with the mobility, with the regen, it's hard to shut her down early. It's hard to shut her down mid. It's hard to shut her down late. That's why she's such a great hero. We see Sand King and Leshrac. Of course, Sand King, one of the most favored counters versus Broodmother in a laning phase. All three of his skills do great against him. First of all, you can't really neglect this stun too much. But you also like to have 1 or 2 levels in Caustic Finale as well as at least 1 level in the Invis. I've seen some teams who max out the Sandstorm, which is a good, nice passive way of doing it, making sure that you do get farm. And it's a much easier way to farm, basically, because you're not going to get the most amount of Spiralings in the world. Broodmother shouldn't be dumb enough to leave the spiders in the Sandstorm, but you're not going to be in any danger at the same time. But if you go for the Edict build, or not, Catalyst, or Jesus Christ, the Pop, Sand King's Orb, that 6 seconds, you hit a creep, and if it dies within 6 seconds, it will pop. Losing my mind. Anyway, that is incredibly good against spiders. It does a lot of AoE damage. You can pick up a lot of gold and potentially kill Broodmother, but it's really tough to execute. You have to do it very, very carefully. You can't throw away any useless stuns. You really have to execute very, very well. It's tough. You're going to see Earthshaker and Pugna being banned out by Dilated, and you're going to see the Beastmaster being banned out. Now we're just waiting on that final ban. I think Pugna, decent little ban here. He's very powerful against Leshrac, and you're talking about 2 heroes, mainly Sand King, who can get rather fucked over by a nice placed Pugna ward. Of course, Sand King always goes for a Blink Dagger, so if you ever try an Epicenter and then you just happen to be range of a ward, a Pugna ward that you don't see, and you get zapped, you're not able to blink right away. It wastes a lot of charges of that Epicenter and a lot of waves. And next thing you know, you're blinking in and not doing very much damage, and it just sucks. So a decent little ban. Earthshaker, I mean, you've already got 2 melee initiators, 2 of the melee initiators. So they banned out the other one, I guess. Not, I don't know. Queen of Pain also being banned out. I like that ban. I think Queen of Pain would be a very powerful hero in the right hands. Dilated team, it's going to be, of course, Queen of Pain has just jumped in favorability so much. With the Q doing 200 damage at level 1 and just her mobility and the ability to just throw down 2 monster nukes instantly.
10 seconds remaining.
You can just change fights completely.
5 seconds remaining.
Complete around. Vengeful Spirit is going to be the 4th pickup on Dilated's team. And, I mean, interesting. They've got a lot of team fight, and they've got a little push. Right now, all they have is Leshrac for their pushing abilities. Of course, Edict is amazing, and it's one of the best spells out there. Still, at the same time, they don't have anything else, and you really need a second kind of pushing ability. They have some really good team fights, some good initiation, potentially, if they get the items for it. But as it stands right now, they have to really push in order to get those items, or they have to just destroy their lanes, which is also completely possible. You're talking about Wow. We're going to see a Windrunner being picked up now. So you're going to be seeing the Jungle Enigma, Suicide Lane, Windrunner, presumably, and Broodmother bottom, and Invoker middle. They can switch up the Broodmother and the Windrunner, depending if they want to kind of like juke the counters that are going to go down. They can try and get tricky like that. Of course, it's all about mind games pretty much at that point in the laning phase.
5 seconds remaining.
And yeah, so now all they need is some sort of roaming support hero who they can place really anywhere in this strat. They have 4 heroes who need a decent amount of farm. I mean, Windrunner, she doesn't need farm right away, but she really needs to get it eventually, and she can. And then the rest of the heroes really do need farm, every single one of them. And so it's really good that they have that jungle, because as it stands, 4 heroes, there's only 3 lanes. So, got to get that extra support hero in. And what's really left? I mean, you got some really squishy ones like, I don't know, you got Shadow Demon, Tinker being picked up. I don't know, this adds a little bit more team fight. Whoa! All right. Interesting. So we're going to see the Animage, so Windrunner's going to be babysitting the Animage a lot of late game. If this goes at all late, Dilated screwed. But at the same time, their lanes are really funky. First of all, I mean, presumably, the lanes are already called, except for the fact, replace Windrunner with babysitting Animage. Or, unless they're seeing something that I don't. Maybe they can do some sort of mind games and put the Animage versus the Sand King. That's the only lanes that I see right now. I'm a little bit out of it right now. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit out of it. It's a very long day. Anyway. Damn. I can't click on items. This is going to be obnoxious. Let's go ahead and F5. That's just... All right away, we're going to see counters on both teams when we're definitely fulfilling that support role. She's going to grab the counters as well as regular wards. And who bought the courier? I didn't even see that. Whatever. Kizzle's dead. Kizzle's going to be run into the jungle. So right now you're going to have that Windrunner supporting Animage at top. Broodmother is going to be in the Suicide Lane role, which she can do so well. Sand King Dilated, they do know that. They're going to be running Sand King at bottom. It's really the only option left open to them. They can't really have the Animage with a not the best support in the world. I mean, he was really not. Windrunner is a good hero and everything, but like Scissor was saying earlier, he's one of those heroes. It's sort of like you want Windrunner on your team, and the only thing that's left is a support role. So then you just have to plug her in there. She's just not good at it, but she can do it. It's possible. Snaking just hiding there in the side shop. Windrunner backing out. So they are going to be having that. So yeah, with the Krabby support, and then on top of that, the jungle, they really have to run Broodmother at that Suicide Lane. And then, of course, Invoker solo mid versus Tinker happens quite a bit. I'll be interested to see Tinker's build. Ever since, if you guys didn't know, there was a brief moment where Tinker had a very large popularity, and it was a March of Machines build where Tinker basically was doing too much damage due to a bug. It was the March, the little guys were moving too fast, there was too many of them, and they were doing too much damage. I believe it was all 3 of those things, and so it was huge. I mean, it just did so much damage. A lot of times you would see Ancient stacking and Tinker clearing that. Not only would he sit in middle and get experience there, but he was also Ancient stack. Kizzle's going to pull the easy camp right off the bat. I think that's a good way to preserve your mana and get some extra experience, as well as help out this Animage Windrunner lane. They need to deny as much experience early on, and that's going to be really helpful. Now, really the thing is, though, they want to be able to gank middle. Right now, Fogged is going for the Macked Escort build. And so that's going to be powerful if they can ever set up any sort of ganks in these side lanes, but it's not really likely. They're going to circle all the way around here. They're going to try and dive on this tower, and it's kind of questionable. Can they pop the Snaking? Snaking going to try and blink away. Is he going to be able to get out? He does. He blinks away, and they can't dive him from there. And now they're going to just pull away the creeps. Derp taking a lot of damage. But they make Snake King pop a potion, and they don't take too much damage in return. And they do a little bit of damage to the tower. So decent little setup there. Really ballsy, and probably was not going to get the kill, but still nice. Kizzle pulling the easy creep camp and then into the harder creep camp is already level 3. Doing a nice job. I think that's a really good strategy on the Enigma. He's now going to stop the stack of this medium creep camp. Just boosting his farm right off the bat, because he really needs to do that right away, because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to see this Tide Hunter and Vengeful Spirit roaming into the jungle, roaming to middle, and they might pop off the Enigma. So the more levels he gets right now, faster, really fast, it's going to be so helpful when that gank does eventually come. As it stands right now, they're just trying to shut down this Animage as much as humanly possible, but they can't really do a whole lot. I mean, they can deny him CS perfectly fine, yeah. But they're not really going to be able to shut him down. They only have 2 stuns. The minus armor is nice. Eventually, Leshrac will be able to output enough nukes that he will be able to take him down. But as it stands right now, that's not going to happen. If Enigma can come in, though, with some creeps, and if they can hit a really good shackle shot on this Windrunner, maybe they have a chance here to pick up a kill, but it's going to be really iffy. Already, WSLK is going to be running forward and cutting past the creeps. They're actually going to jump in now. Oh, big stun strike coming in. They're going to be able to pop. Leshrac does go down for the first one right before Kizzles gets popped. There he goes, and now they're going to be a cleanup crew. Chopper, the deer, is going to go down. One more hit, so a 1-2 trade against an Animage is just terrible, on top of the fact they gave up first blood. Terrible. That is just no good. Really good job. Kiznels, I mean, it was just both unfortunate. They got really aggressive at the same time, real close to lane. I think, I think that's both luck and both skill. I mean, I think Kizzles went over there specifically because they were getting so aggressive already, diving the tower, and I think he sort of expected it right off the bat. So, all around, either way, no matter what it was, just didn't turn out for a skill difference whatsoever. They traded 1 for 2, and that's obviously not good when an Animage lane. On top of that, we're looking at the Gold Graft already 500 in the lead for the Dire. And you're looking at the CS score. I mean, Fog to middle is 11-0 right now, up against 19-6. So Tinker's doing a nice job CSing right now. But Fogged also was able to hit that Sunstrike. It didn't give him any extra experience. If he gets the kill, he'll be able to get some extra experience and gold off of it. Which maybe will eventually happen. I'm just not sure. We're going to see that anytime soon. Meanwhile, at bottom, we got that classic Sand King versus Broodmother. And it does look like Dilated is going to be maxing out Sandstorm. He does have 1 level in Caustic Finale. Just to help out with that. But as it stands right now, Aoi 2000 is just going to free farm while Dilated is trying to do some farm. He's not going to really do as much as Aoi 2000 with this build. But it is much safer for him. He's going to just be able to pop creeps when he can and just hope Sandstorm gets last hits when he can. A lot of creeps already. Dilated, kind of getting surrounded here, taking a lot of damage from the creeps. If he's able to do some Caustic Finale pops here, but he's not. He doesn't hit hardly any. I mean, when you have to be able to hit those Caustic Finale shots on the Spiderlings, you have to be able to identify the low ones, and because then it just snowballs, because then that one gets another low one, then you hit that one, and next thing you know, half of them are dead, and just a few stragglers, and you pick up a lot of gold that way. But if you just miss 1 or 2 auto attacks, you know, and you can auto attack before or after you do the stun. But either way, now Dilated's completely out of mana. We're going to see Aoi 2000 kind of diving here. He's not going to be able to get a kill necessarily. Now Bottle being picked up. Actually, he is going to try and go for the kill maybe. But he does finally have mana for Sandstorm on strike. Going to be able to land. Actually, he gets out of it just in time. Bottle up is going to go down. But really, Aoi 2000 doing what he needs to do. He's stopping the regen with the spiders. He's not getting too much regen out of that bottle, which is really important. And he's doing a really great job harassing. I really like what he's doing. He's not just sitting in the lane. He's moving around the trees. He's getting really aggressive with it. He's even moving past the tower now. And I think this is a great play. Movement is the enemy of Sand King at that point. You can't just sit there and Sandstorm the whole entire time. And after the top, though, we're going to see Windrunner. Maybe we're going to see... There it is. They're going to jump on Chopper the Deer, and he is definitely done for. They're going to pick up that kill at least. Actually, no. Nice little save. 2 more hits. They do pick it off. Snake King is blink away now. Cute Kangaroo Kick. I believe that's way too sexy. He's going to get out of the way of all this damage being promoted by Leshrac. And that's a little bit of a problem with this tri-lane is the fact that Leshrac is not the highest level in the world because he's sharing so much experience. You got Tide Hunter, who's sharing a lot of experience, as well as Venge is even grabbing a little bit as well. So it really gimps Leshrack's experience when you do this sort of tri-lane Leshrack, and now he's getting caught out. Huge tackle shot near to see a Sunstrike on top of it, and there goes another kill. A level 6 Snake King is going to pick up that one, and things are not looking good at all for skill difference. A lot of big mistakes. It's really unfortunate. We're going to see maybe another Tinker coming in. He's going to be able to get a counter kill at least. Kizzle's wisely turning around and trying to fight him, do what damage he can because he knows he's going to go down. So Tinker is going to run back. Really, the only lane winning for them right now is that Tinker lane. So he's doing a nice job. He's 31-10 versus Fog's 19-1. So absolutely crushing him in CS. Absolutely. Which is rather helpful when you do have laser. I mean, when you have a 100% miss rate. Wait, yeah. Anyway, Broodmother skipping past the tower now, and is just taking out the creeps, and Tanking isn't even attempting to stop him, because what happens if he tries to go past that, if he goes and tries to stop him, the tower's just going to be on the tower, and he's going to miss on a lot of experience. Creeps are going to be on the tower, he's going to miss out on them. And so he can't really stop Owie 2000 when he does that, and so I think it's a really smart play. And now he's just going to go into the jungle and pick up a little bit extra farm there and go right back. Look at him. He even has a single spider sitting there. So he has the time to go and take the jungle. But then he uses one spider to delay it. Invoker actually picking up the kill in middle against Tinker, Animage, and the Windrunner go middle to help out with that because he was losing middle rather hard. A little bit expected. Anyway, going back to that, Owie 2000 delays the push of the creeps with one spider, just having them chase the single spider around while he finishes up a camp in their jungle, and it goes right back.
Illusion.
So that means, 3,000 a lead for the Dire, and part of that's kills, part of that's the farm right now. Right now, Owie 2000 is 58-1 in comparison with Dilated's 34-0, especially since you're getting some spiderlings out of that. A lot of times spiderlings really overinflate your, sorry, getting distracted by a spectator chat. A lot of times spiders overinflate what your farm looks like, because it gives a creep kill. But really, the truth of the matter is, you look at gold per minute. He's at 240. Owie 2000 380. That's what's important, and that just goes to show he's just absolutely crushing bottom. Meanwhile, Kizzle's doing a really good job farming. He is now in 1,500 gold. And he's only died that one time to do the haste. It's really important. If they can pick up another Leshrack kill, while they know they're gone, they're going to be able to pick up this kill easily. There's nothing WSLK can do at this point. Tidehunter's even coming in. Tidehunter, what are you doing, man? He's running right into those 3 heroes that just killed him. He goes down now. Oh man, now we even have some trash talk. I love it. I love me some trash talk. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's sarcasm. I think trash talk is funny. And it's sort of really you're really dumb. But that's okay. Fog taking a little damage from lasers. He's just going to be able to hit lasers over and over and over again, and Fog's going to have a hard time lasting, all because of that. Dilated trying to chase away the spiders, trying to do what he can to protect his creep wave so he can actually have one when they go and hit the tower, not through any real Broodmother pushes, but pretty much purely through attrition of creeps hitting on the tower already below half health. Great job. Looks like we might see another action at top. With the 3 heroes once again there, not really doing anything. They're all in lane. They're not stopping Snake King from getting experience. They're stopping him from getting gold, which is whatever. But they're not stopping him from getting experience, which is honestly kind of a big thing. And they're all sharing experiences. As it stands right now, 2-7, Vengeful Spirit is level 3, Tidehunter's level 4. Well, and then you're talking about Enigma, who's level 8. Or a Windrunner, who's level 6. Like, this isn't going to translate into the mid-game at all well for them. Their lineup should. The execution of that lineup, not so much. Very low on experience, unless they get some good kills here sometime soon. That's one thing they can really turn around if they get a good kill. All these heroes have such high levels of experience. If they get those kills, they're going to get a lot of experience out of it. That's the only buff out of it. The only good thing. We're going to see Tinker teleporting in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And maybe they might be able to pop the animation. It's going to be tough, though. I mean, anytime that you're talking about it, Leshrac can't lead the stun.
Radiant's middle tower is
Because he's just going to blink away before the animation is even close to being done. And then Vengeful Spirit has a stun which you can easily dodge with a blink. I just really don't like that. That's so dumb. Maybe you put in a CM with Frostbite. Maybe that's much better. But as it stands right now, Vengeful Spirit, just you're the initiating stun. Snaking has to make a mistake, pretty much. Or they have to get really close to each other in order for him to get hit by that stun. Otherwise, he's just going to start on blink away just before the stun hits him. I mean, he cuts it a little bit close. And there is room, margin for error. Human error is always a key factor, and it's entirely possible that Snaking not paying attention, misses out, and doesn't get the blink off in time, or they run into each other in the jungle and instant stun. But those are all it's the exception. The standard is they're not going to be able to hit their stuns, they're not going to be able to kill Snaking, and he's just going to be able to farm up CS when he can, and when he can't, he's going to be able to at least get experience. I like the pulling they've been doing. They've been playing really passive with his Anti-Mage, and he knows when to farm, which is really smart. But they've been doing a lot of pulling, which Windrunner's been all over the place. He's been getting his own experience. Now rewarding up 12 minutes in. Broodmother. Look at him go. Dilated's now known he was going to try and stop those spiders doing the neutral creeps, but nothing he can do. He's going to go right back to his tower, which is being pushed in now. And they have to make something happen. Like, they have to change everything up, because otherwise, like, it's not like Potm bottom is really going to change anything here. They're winning these lanes. I mean, maybe Invoker's going to come in and try and kill Dilated. Dilated, who has no mana whatsoever. If they hit a nice nuke from Maui 2000 on top of a stun strike, they might be able to kill him, but he's going to teleport away. They weren't even thinking about tower diving, but he's going to straight up play it safe and teleport away, which means they're going to be able to take this tower now. They have to change something up. They had to completely have the late game on Potm bottom. It's not like they're going to be the ones who change the lanes. It's not like something's magically going to happen that they're going to go, oh, hey, we need to change these lanes where Aoi 2000 is crushing with Broodmother. Our tri-lane, our dual lane with a jungler is doing perfectly well and getting great farm and even more kills. We should change that up. No, that's not going to happen. And so otherwise, just sitting in these lanes, getting partial amounts of experience with this tri-lane. And partial amounts of experience, we're going to see the Enigma coming in from behind with the smoke. And then they're done for. Unless they can pick up the Snaking, oh, he blinks away. Once again, it's so hard to lock him down without a third stun. Tidehunter's still not level 6. Broodmother even picks up the kill on bottom. Invoker and Broodmother pick up that one as well as the tower. So they pick up that one. And now they're trying to go for this tier 1 tower, and they're just wisely going to back off, I think. They were in good position with the Enigma, but really with 2 heroes bottom, them taking a tower, on top of that picking up the Thanking, there's no real reason for them to force a bad fight. But maybe, with only 3 heroes here on a good Enigma Black Hole, I think it's really risky, but they're so far ahead. Hey, why not? Let's try for it. We see it's done. They're going to try and jump onto the Leshrac. Leshrac taking a lot of damage now. Oh, no. Where's the ultimate from Snaking? There it goes. It gets popped. Now it's a 2v2 situation. Now they're just jumping on derp. There goes the Black Hole. They grouped up together right on top of the Sunstrike now, and now they're going to pick up all 3 kills, 2v3. There goes the stun. Snaking actually not choosing to keep following. There he goes. And there he goes. I mean, they pick up 2v3, they pick up 3 kills. That's the kind of game this is going on so far. Aoi 2000, once again, they took the tier 2 tower at bottom. Let's go ahead and look at that gold per minute. 500 gold per minute on the Broodmother. Anti-Mage has 300 gold per minute, Invoker 365. The only person anywhere close to that, Tinker 300. That is all. Thanking has another 300 as well. But really sacrificing, 300 gold per minute on Thanking does not equal 500 gold per minute on Broodmother. It's just the complete opposite. You gotta, that doesn't work. And really, this is going to be farm fast. I mean, up until skill difference makes something happen here, Owie2000 actually to start jumping on this Tidehunter who was really trying to farm. With his Tinker teleporting in, might be able to help support. They are going to try and pop this Broodmother, but Broodmother at level 11, look at Dilated. He's trying to set up for an epicenter without the stun. I don't know what they was thinking there, but he is going to try and jump on this Invoker. They're going to pop him at least. They trade the Tidehunter for the Invoker, but they don't grab the Broodmother.
They never miss.
Which I would say is a decent trade for the Dire side. I mean, obviously Invoker is not equal to an underlevel Tidehunter. But the fact that they had to have Vengeful Spirit, Sand King,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tidehunter, and Tinker there in order to get that, worth it. Especially if Owie2000 with Mantis Style is going to be able to pick up Chopper the Deer easily
Radiant's
enough.
top tower is under attack.
Tier 1 tower at top is being threatened. The March of the Machine is not going to go all the way in, and not going to be able to defend that.
Tower has fallen.
They, Mantis Style on Broodmother, like I already said, you're going to have drums, and then going towards that Aghanims on Invoker. Vanguard on Animage, plus a whole bunch of gold. Mech on Enigma. And for skill difference, all you really have is bots. We see WSLK being trapped by a huge shackle shot. Way to go. This way too sexy is on top of those shackle shots. Very well done. And giving more free kills to the Snake King. Let's see how much gold Snake King has. Oh, I kind of assumed he had more gold than that. Is there more on the courier or what? I have to change modes and then click on Snake King to see what he had. But I don't know what I'm thinking. He was playing really passive in the lane, so no, he shouldn't really have more gold than that. The fact that he has Treads and Vanguard and another 1100 gold, that's pretty good. 18 minutes in. Not expecting a whole lot more out of any mage versus the Tri-Lane. I'm going to see Regen being picked up, and they really, I mean, at this point, they have total control of the map. They have total control of Roshan, especially with Dire Advantage. They're just going to be able to take this whenever they want, and it looks like it's going to, that once is going to be right now. And there's nothing that skill difference can do to stop them. I mean, right now, Tinkers might go down to this Broodmother. Oh, yes, I love MacBook. So good. Anyway, Owie2000 barely missing out on the Tinker kill, but all the meanwhile, he doesn't get a kill, but they do get an Aegis and Roshan. So, you know, damn, some big haters. I love the little lag spikes within. Those are always fun. Yeah. Yep. What he said. We got a whole bunch of arcane boots on the skill difference team, but that's about all. Not a whole lot. Invoker doing the Ancient. So once again, Owie2000 is going to run in on this Dilated Mine. He's going to go down 1, 2, 3. There it is. There's the counters. There's the kill. Nice little coordination with the Windrunner coming bottom for the gank. Nice little shackle shot on top of the stun strike by Fogged, who's doing Ancients. Even brought a counter ward with him just in case. They're going to be running into this Tidehunter who is absolutely boned. He might be able to get him up on ulti, but no, he goes down. Even so, probably not even worth it to use the Ravage there at that point. To stun 2 heroes and not save yourself, because he was going down anyway. Oh, he picks up the kill! Sunstrike picking up the Vengeful Spirit for the double kill. And all the meanwhile, Andy Mage is just pushing in top. No problem, bro. I got this farm game. This is his time to shine, because now the rest of his team, they have the items they want. And now they can just start putting in, they can force fights 4 on 5. No problem. Especially with how well they dominated the game. Skill difference just doesn't have jack shit to put up against us.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, on top of that, he can get really aggressive with his farm, not only because he has Treads Vanguard, which is, you know, by that, but that by itself means you could aggressively farm. But on top of that, Aegis, WSLK taking a lot of damage from Cold Snap, and I don't know, I missed the tail end of that, but I'm not sure why he was stunning creeps when he was getting targeted. Yeah, Broodmother jumping in on that Tidehunter, but in middle though, big black hole gonna hit 2 heroes. They're gonna be able to pop Dilated Mind easily, and the Vengeful Spirit easily picking up that kill as well as the tier 2. And GG being called out 21 minutes in. Skill difference. Who took the Prodota 2 American qualifiers versus Pain, the Brazilian team.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And getting crushed by Potm Bottom. New addition of
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Gizzles. I don't know.
Radiant's middle barracks are
Must be
under
helping or
attack.
something. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it with 21,000 gold lead in 21 minutes. Another 1,000 gold per minute
Radiant's middle
lead.
barracks has fallen.
Anyways, that's gonna be all.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Thank you for those of you who followed me from the Play for Dota Cup.
Under attack.
I really appreciate it. Or if you're just tuning in for this, if you haven't already, I'm sure most of you have, because we're not getting any extra viewers from anywhere else.
Has fallen.
Ugh. But for those of you who hadn't, please like us on Facebook and do all that sort of thing. Talk to us on Facebook. Talk to us on Twitter. We pay attention. But guys, after what was it? 8 hours? 8 hours of casting. I'm done for the day. And I am going to soak my throat in some sweet, sweet liquids. But yeah, thanks guys for joining me. Shout out to Holy for the win for streaming. I know he's very tired. He's European. Shout out to Azu for doing the VODs. Shout out to my past co-casters. You guys have been listening to them. And most of all, shout out to you, the viewer. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I'm sure we'll have some more games up. Follow us on the media sites, and we'll let you know when we're going to be doing some more casting. All right, bye.